Being an intermediate is way harder than being a beginner. When you're just beginning to learn a new skill or dive into a new topic, it's fun and exciting. You are constantly learning new things, and it's so easy to just get lost in the moment and celebrate the whole experience. But that fades after a while, and what you're left with is a slow, unexciting, joyless grind through the plains of intermediateness. And it sucks. Take trying to learn a language, for example. When I first started learning Japanese, it was super exciting and easy to keep motivated to get at it. I was learning new words and new kanji. I was understanding basic sentences and learning just so much about Japan and Japanese culture. It was just so much fun, like a mighty river pouring down the mountain. The dopamine flowed freely, but before too long it slowed down. That dopamine river slowed to a pitiful stream, and I wasn't even good at Japanese yet, like, at all. Nani? I was still nowhere close to a level where I could freely use Japanese or even easily enjoy any media. All that is left is a slow, painful uphill climb that seems endless, and I got nothing to show for what I've done so far. I've been studying Japanese off and on for almost 8 years now, and I still haven't crept out of that intermediate climb. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of rewards along the way, and you definitely can find a type of joy and contentment in the process itself, but that intermediate level is just so much harder than being a beginner ever could be. Even the worst aspects of being a beginner can't compare to that endless intermediate struggle. Yes, it can be super overwhelming when you're just trying to get into something new and it's overstimulating and there's just so much and you don't know where to begin and it's paralyzing even. But trust me, there's always way more support for beginners than intermediates. There's always just going to be more beginners, period, than there are intermediates. There's always going to be magnitudes more tutorials, guides, and communities aimed at beginners than for people who have stepped into that intermediate climb. There will always be people encouraging beginners to just try and keep at it. When you get to a certain point, however, that point where you know what to do to keep getting better, you understand the landscape of the area well enough to know what comes next, and you've practiced enough to already have a basic routine down, that's when the real hurt starts. That's when the joy dies. Another example we can use is art. I've been trying to learn art for a few years now, and I can confidently say that I am not a beginner artist. I'm an intermediate artist, and it sucks. I'm good enough to draw some things pretty decently, but the vast majority of all artistic expression is so far beyond me. I always feel like I'm an imposter, which is something I just never get in that beginner stage. You can't be an imposter when you're just starting out because you know that you don't know anything and you know that you aren't supposed to know anything. Everyone knows this, but as an intermediate, there are some things that I know, but I know that I don't know anything, even about the things that I know that I know. Okay. So that intermediate grind sucks bad. But it's all about framing. It sucks because you have to go from that high of being a beginner, from the easy dopamine and gratification of quick level ups and fast progress, into that slow, unmoving sludge of middlingness, where progress becomes, for the most part, imperceptibly slow. That's why in any field, it's always recommended that you keep records of your earlier work so that you can look back on it and actually see with your own eyes how much you've improved. You almost can't see it in the day-to-day. It's like watching your hair grow. You can't really tell a difference day by day, but eventually you look in the mirror and realize that you've grown that perfect mullet just like you've always dreamed of.
Oh, yeah.
At least, I assume that's what it's like. To be honest, I don't think I'm an expert in anything. I don't even think I'm in an advanced stage of any skill or knowledge set at all. But that's okay. It really is just a day-by-day thing. Just one day at a time. It's all it can be. And if you can work on reframing the way you perceive the process, then you can learn anything. Eventually. After a while. And I'm just trying to remind myself of that. So, I believe in you. You got this. And I believe in myself. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye.